Absolutely, that was a war. So, thank you guys, thank you ladies and gentlemen, thank you all of you for the support. This,
In fact, all of us, to be honest, we went out there, we did the best that we could tonight. And me and Gil decided to, he's on bottom, I'm on top, but we're still gonna beat the crap out of each other. I'm envious of him because with my lily white skin, you can see everything. Like I just got ran over by a truck. And I can tell you, he's got big fat hands, and when you get hit in the mouth with it doesn't feel so great. But we did our best, and you know, Gil came all the way from Amsterdam to come here and train in America and train in Vegas with John Lewis and everybody out there. Took himself out of his environment, out of his home, to be the best that he could be, to fight me, and I have a lot of respect for that. Likewise, you know, I did everything I could to try and show up and put the best fight forward that I can against Gil. I wish we could have been more exciting. Some of that's my fault, I guess. I don't know, you know, but it is how it is. And I wish my boxing coach could have been here. Oscar Mooney, just saw him yesterday, and he's going to work and gets plowed into on Beach Boulevard, rammed into a pole, and I get a call. He's in ICU. You know, they jaws of life to get him out of there. That's not the kind of thing you want to hear. Not but maybe 2.5, 3 weeks before that, my friend Justin Levens commits suicide with his wife. And yeah, it's just, it is what it is. But in the end, the only thing I could do would be to show up and fight and give all the respect to them and all that they believed in me as a fighter, all the time that they've been as my training partner, as my friends, as my coaches, and all the time that Gilbert put in, training, all the way here in America to be the best Gilbert Yvel he could be, and to show everyone in America that he's a great fighter. And for everybody else on this fight card that's a great fighter and came to show what they were made of. So yeah, including Paul. Apparently. And if we can come off of this somber note, I mean, we do have an after party at the Sandbox in Huntington Beach. I hope that Gilbert, I hope that Vladdy, and maybe we'll invite Paul, I don't know. We'll have plenty of Don Julio. So we're all good to go, and I'm so blessed with all the people that have been here to support me from Seattle to Orange County, from Canada, I've had people from all over come down here, and thanks everybody for coming out tonight, and I hope you all come back and tip back a drink with me, if only to just do it in celebration of everything that everybody did tonight. Thank you very much.
You got out in the first round. Did you think at that point it should be stopped? What were you seeing in the opposition?
I'm a fighter, so I don't, unless that fighter taps out or is out, I'm not really thinking about anything should be stopped. So I was thinking that Herb might stop it, but unless Gilbert goes like this or he stops moving, I don't stop punching because he's not quitting, and I know I wouldn't quit. The only thing we had to worry about was a ref, and when you hear any ref out there start going, hey, defend yourself, defend. You hear that a couple times, you start thinking, oh, I see the finish line. Maybe if I pour it on a little bit, you know, that he'll stop the fight. But also in the back of my mind was, I know he's covering some, but I know that those punches and those elbows hitting down on his forearms, he's taking some of that. It's not pinpoint trauma, but it's blunt. You know, it's solid, and it's like getting hit with a big solid club. And I knew that I could throw it out there, go back to my corner because of the conditioning work I do with Lucius Smith in Anaheim, that I'll recover in that round, come back out, and start working again. The only problem, the biggest problem, was the blood in my nose and going down the back of my throat. I just couldn't get any air down there. So I had to be a lot more choosy and pick them out, and it'll be a lot slower instead of putting knee ride. And, yeah, okay, never mind. And being more active, but. I don't know, maybe it was just my destiny to get hit by Gilbert while he's on his back. So there you go.
Just one more for Josh, please. Tom, can you talk about Matt Lindland's status, his health status?
You know, unfortunately, I don't know. I'm going to look into it absolutely after this, and I hope he is good. It was a devastating knockout, but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, for Josh, were you frustrated at all that you were in such a dominant position for so long, and it took the length of time it did to get the finish?
Sure. I mean, this is not really all that PC, but Gilbert's no bitch. So I don't expect anything but to be there until the very last. You know, when Gilbert tapped, that was because that was as far as it could go for him. Not otherwise. You know I have fought plenty of fighters that would have been done long and before that. Gilbert is tough as they come, and I wish we could have been out there. I could have poured more on or did some more submission work, but it is what it is, and we give the best that we could. And I want to see Gilbert fight. I can't wait to see who lines up against him next time, and I'll be sitting there excited and waiting to see the outcome.
One last question.
For Josh, you know now that Fedor is your next fight. I'm curious on your first feelings about that fight, that you know it's a reality now, and also talk about his performance.
Well, first off, the one thing I can say is I don't have a bout agreement. Nothing's signed. Nothing exists. The only fight I have tonight is with a bottle of vodka or whatever gets in my way first.
We'll sign that contract next.
But I was, you know, he was making me a little nervous tonight, and I'm sitting there watching, you know, going, you know, keep your hands up, move your head like this, and you know, it's just, and watching him take advantage of that big telegraph knee and then dropping that right overhand, it was great. Just we're on our feet, we're all cheering for him. I was just, all I can think about is he fought tonight, he won. The fight showed good aspects from both fighters. They both looked good. Even on the end of the knockout, people saw some good things out of Andre. And I just want to go and hang out with him, give him a big hug, and tell him, hey, you know, kick ass.
Did Gilbert present any problems for you that you did not foresee on the ground when you had him mounted?
No, actually. I knew that Gilbert had evolved a lot in his fight career. You know, he's not the same. He hasn't been making the same mistakes that people would overlook before. You know, and he's got he's through the shoulders and arms is very strong. And he's got good defense for the double wrist lock. And I knew that coming in there. So some of the time was meant to just see, you know, I'll try it. Some was to see, okay, I'm going to go after it to look if I can't back elbow or do something else. And just keep working, elbow his thighs. So I start elbowing his thighs, and he started elbowing my thighs. What's going on? Thank God I'm in better position, because I hate it when that happens. It's a son of a gun.
Any more questions for this side? Anybody here? Go ahead.
We would fight each other. I'm sure of that, because we're professionals. If it can happen, it'll happen, and we're just both out there trying to be the best fighters we can be, and that's all it comes down to. I don't know. I guess it could. The thing is, I can't wait to pin my career on fighting him. I have to fight. I have to be successful. I have to fight fights and win my fights. I have to do everything for me, and if that's one of them, then that's what's included. But otherwise, you know, I'm too old and I've been in this game way too long to be thinking I gotta fight Joe Schmo. If I don't fight Joe Schmo, I'm not gonna get anything, or I don't care what anybody ranks me at. I don't give a shit about rankings and belts and all that crap. All I wanna do is get out there and fight and beat the hell out of somebody. That's it. Or give a great performance. That's the only thing that matters. And if I can focus on that, everything else will fall into place.